Finally, Kody bows down in court and is ashamed. Kody apologizes to the judge and returns Janelle and Meri's property. The couple split the property into 4 equal parts and provided a deed. Kody apologized to Janelle and Meri for his misdeeds. Hello friends, welcome to the Daily Gossip News Update. I am Olivia and hope you are well by God's grace. Please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Sister Wives stars Kody Brown, Robyn Brown, Janelle Brown, and Meri Brown have finally addressed the inequality of ownership of the 4 properties known as Kody Pass. According to property records recorded on Thursday, the 4 adults have signed warranty deeds changing the ownership of the properties. For those needing a reminder, here is a graphic showing the ownership of the 4 lots comprising Kody Pass after Christine removed her name. Based on the filings, 2 of the 4 properties are now jointly owned by all 4 of the Brown adults. One of the smaller lots, seen second from the right in the image above, was owned by only Kody and Robyn. There was nothing recorded indicating a change in ownership of that property. The other smaller lot is now jointly owned by Meri and Janelle. Here is an excerpt from the warranty deed for the property that was previously owned by Kody, Janelle, and Meri. Kody Brown, a married man, as his sole and separate property, and Janelle Brown, an unmarried woman, and Meri Brown, an unmarried woman does hereby convey to Kody Brown and Robyn Alice Brown, husband and wife, as community property with right of survivorship, as to an undivided 50% interest, and Janelle Brown, an unmarried woman, as to an undivided 25% interest, and Meri Brown, an unmarried woman, as to an undivided 25% interest, in the following real property situated in Coconino County, Arizona. The other deeds are worded similarly, with the prior owners listed in the grantor sections and all 4 adults listed in the grantee sections. Based on this information, here is the revised map of Kody Pass ownership. If you're curious why the Browns decided to share the 2 larger properties instead of divide them, this does look to be the easiest way to split ownership of all 4 properties in 4 exactly equal parts without having to redraw the property lines. Of course, the new alignment still makes Janelle and Meri reliant on Kody and Robyn in regards to whether or not they sell the properties. Perhaps we will learn more when Sister Wives returns later this month. The alterations to the Kody Pass deeds were recorded in Coconino County on March 27. However, the deeds were originally drafted in early September of 2024. It's also interesting to note that the Browns signed the documents at different times, with Robyn looking to be the last holdout. Below is a timeline of the dated signatures on the deeds, all of which were 2025. Sister Wives premiered the same year as Kody and Robyn's marriage and chronicled their daily lives. But what was supposed to be an idealistic representation of a plural family quickly descended into chaos. Over time, cracks appeared in the relationships as they struggled with jealousy, favoritism, emotional neglect, and power imbalances. Christine was the first to leave in 2021, citing a lack of intimacy and respect. Janelle followed in 2022, saying she'd been separated from Kody for months. Meri finally confirmed her split from Kody in 2023, after years of estrangement. Now, only Robyn remains in a marriage with Kody in an unintentionally monogamous dynamic. The pair have done a lot to symbolize this new chapter in their life, like buying a new $1 million property. But Kody hasn't just moved on emotionally. He's upgraded his wedding ring more than once, which gives insight into where his real priorities lie. While the Sister Wives cast shares a lot on camera, they haven't addressed what happened to everyone's wedding rings after the dissolution of their plural family. Christine noticeably removed her ring soon after announcing her split from Kody. She wasn't shy to post public photos without it, marking her independence. It's unclear if she sold the ring or gave it back. But nowadays, she's sporting a new sparkler on her ring finger, as she remarried David Woolley in 2023. Similarly, Janelle hasn't made an official statement about her ring. It's unclear if she kept, sold, or discarded it. but she noticeably stopped wearing it in on-camera appearances and online following her split from Kody. Meri had the hardest time letting go of her relationship with Kody. The two were together the longest, and it seems she only got the courage to leave after her fellow sister wives did the same. Not to mention, Kody had already rejected any intimacy with her. Like Janelle and Christine, Meri hasn't revealed what she did with her own wedding ring, but she no longer wears one. What we do know is that Kody's ring history is a lot messier and a lot more telling. During season 18, fans noticed Kody was suddenly wearing a new wedding band, apparently a gift from Robyn, but that wasn't the first time he made a switch in secret. He originally wore the ring Meri gave him when they married in 1990, but stopped wearing it not long after Robyn joined the family in 2010. As Christine revealed during the season 18 tell-all, Kody eventually melted down that original band without telling Meri, a move that blindsided her and clearly caused tension, even if she tried to downplay it publicly. There's a backstory here. I don't feel like it's all the way my place to share, but here we are, Christine said. Down the ring, safe the gold, safe the diamonds. Well, Meri found out, she continued. She's like, well, where's my ring? You don't wear it anymore. He's like, I melted it down. Just like that. He's like, I don't want Meri to have control over me and power over me anymore. Then, in 2014, when Kody legally married Robyn after divorcing Meri, all the wives, including Meri, designed and paid for a new cladded ring for him to wear as a symbol of their plural family. We all went in on the design and we got him the ring, Christine said. And that's what he wore for a long time. And then he designed his own ring with Robyn. He and Robyn designed the ring together. By 2022, during filming for season 18, Kody had swapped out the cladded ring for a new one from Robyn. Again, without saying a word. Meri, who was still spiritually married to him at the time, quickly noticed. But when she confronted him, she didn't get much of an answer. Only a few months later, she officially ended their relationship. It's weird that he's being so awkward about it, Meri said on camera after confronting him. If he doesn't want me to see the ring, don't wear it to my house. I did notice that it was replacing the cladded ring that we all used to wear together. I have no idea what this ring is or where it came from. If he got it, if Robyn got it for him, if they got it together. I literally have no idea, and frankly I don't care, she continued. While Meri has said she wasn't bothered that Kody melted the original ring, she was furious Christine brought the story up on camera, something she kept private for over a decade. I am extremely frustrated right now. Beyond, Meri said during the tell-all. After we did the taping for the one-on-one interviews with Suki, I found out that a story was brought up about me that is not a story that I have ever shared publicly. That is my story to tell when, where, and how I want to. And somebody else took it upon themselves to tell that story. And now I'm being forced to talk about it. I'm not happy about it, she continued. It was not Christine's business to tell. She can laugh about it all she wants, but it was not her business to tell. If I wanted to have shared that story in the last 13 years in a public way, I would have done that, Meri noted. While later speaking to Us Weekly, Janelle echoed Meri's feelings, saying, Meri's very sentimental about the ring that she gave Kody, and I think it bothered her when he melted down the wedding ring. Nonetheless, Christine didn't seem to regret telling the story. She told the publication it felt weird giving Kody the cladded ring years later, knowing what he'd secretly done to the original one for Meri. While we still don't know what became of Christine's own ring, the fact that she was willing to expose Kody's actions, even at the risk of upsetting Meri, shows just how strongly she felt about it. As far as the public knows, Kody didn't take back or melt down anyone else's ring, just his own. But when it comes to Meri, he made two very intentional choices that cut deep. First, secretly melting the original ring she gave him in 1990, and later replacing the cladded ring the wives had designed together with a new piece from Robyn, all before Meri left him. Kody has claimed the gold from his original band was his to repurpose, since the ring no longer held meaning. Maybe it was custom-made or expensive, and he wanted to make practical use of it. But come on, this is Kody we're talking about. There's got to be more to it. He's long been criticized by fans for being self-centered and narcissistic. Melting his wedding ring seemed like a power move. He was no longer just Meri's husband. He was building a plural family. Melting the ring behind her back was one of the earliest examples of how he'd make decisions unilaterally, even when they weren't in everyone's best interest, without care for who it may hurt in the process. Then there's the cladded ring. That wasn't just sentimental. It was a physical symbol of the plural marriage, co-designed and paid for by all the wives. Kody wearing it meant something to all of them, including Meri. Yet while he was still spiritually married to her, he quietly swapped it out for a new ring from Robyn. The timing was telling, given that Janelle and Christine had already left. It seemed like Kody was eager for Meri to follow suit, and changing his wedding ring with no explanation was a passive-aggressive way of saying it. It was a subtle but loud reminder the plural marriage no longer mattered to Kody, just Robyn, which is why he's now wearing a ring that's just from her. It was likely the final straw for Meri, considering she left him a few months later. The way Kody treated his wedding rings is a reflection of his larger pattern of control. He spent years erasing Meri emotionally while refusing to give her real closure. He wouldn't officially end the relationship, but also denied her affection and intimacy. Melting the first ring and ditching the cladded were just more ways he asserted power, while still pretending she's the one who gave up. The rings are also just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Kody's financial control. While the patriarch was busy melting gold and commissioning new rings, the rest of the family was struggling to afford basic stability. Janelle was living in an RV on Coyo Pass because she couldn't secure a home, while Robyn ended up in a spacious house that Kody helped her purchase, even after telling the others they all needed to wait so they could build together. Christine sold her Vegas home to fund the family's move, only for Kody to later accuse her of being selfish when she wanted financial independence after their split. This is a classic pattern for Kody. He's always strapped for cash when it came to shared expenses, but always able to splurge when it involved Robyn. He couldn't figure out permanent housing for his family, but somehow found the time and money to secure a fresh new ring from Robyn, one that conveniently erased the plural family dynamic entirely. We can't ignore the favoritism when it's so glaring. Kody has always needed a ring to symbolize his connection to Robyn, the legal wife, the favorite, even when his family couldn't afford it. But he had no problem melting down the ring Meri gave him and then replacing the one that represented all the wives without even a heads-up. These jewelry choices weren't random. They were a statement. Robyn mattered. The rest didn't. Christine's response to the melted ring may have surprised some viewers. After all, it wasn't her ring. But that's exactly what made her reaction so powerful. It shows how deep the sister-wife bond once ran, and how much shared trauma they were all carrying. Christine has always been the most emotionally attuned wife. She was the first to leave, the first to publicly call out Kody's bad behavior, and the first to stop playing nice when it became clear he wasn't treating them equally. Moreover, she risked her relationship with Meri and her own reputation by telling the truth about the ring on camera. She chose to expose Kody's ways so as not to enable him further, at the expense of her and the sister wives, showing how done she is with him. Maybe Christine was tired of watching Meri stay silent, or maybe she just couldn't let Kody rewrite the past again. Either way, her decision to expose the story is just another example of what a bad partner Kody really is. At this point, let's just be grateful that 3 of his former wives have removed themselves from the dynamic entirely. Here's to hoping Robyn follows suit one day. Star Kody Brown gets slapped with a villain label. But in light of the fact that he recently gave his exes bigger shares of the Brown family's Coyo Pass land, I think he's entering his gentleman era. For months, I've written about the property, sharing the opinion that his exes Meri and Janelle Brown, and Christine Brown too, paid into the family just like he did. They held jobs or added value with sweat equity, or childcare or cooking or whatever. I felt that they deserved bigger shares of the land, regardless of what was written on the deed. Before, Robyn and Kody owned 97% of Coyote Pass, including one small plot. There are 4 in all. That plot wasn't co-owned by the now exes. However, as per Sarcasm, Kody just paid $10 to make a significant change, just as Christine once paid $10 to give her share back to the family and wash her hands of the whole sordid saga. Kody has changed his mind. He is ready to initiate peace with his exes, rather than fighting an endless war over a piece of earth that symbolizes the family's dashed hopes. Janelle, Meri, and Christine did their bit for the family, raising kids, earning money, and giving Kody their energy and affection. So the fact that he's now made Meri and Janelle co-owners of the smallish lot is good news. It feels fair, kind, and wise. Meri and Janelle each currently own 25% of the lot I've been discussing, while Kody and Robyn own the rest. Above, on Instagram, Janelle shows so much heart and spirit, focusing on her loved ones while she's living with a great loss. She and Kody lost their son, Garrison Brown. Kody said he wants the family to heal, and maybe he really does. Of course, there's always the chance that Kody fears Meri and Janelle lawyering up, which they threatened to do. However, maybe the truth is simpler. Perhaps Kody really has considered how much his exes gave to the Brown family. He knows Janelle has had money problems. She could use the cash from a potential Coyote Pass sale. If Kody and Janelle can find peace by coming to an agreement over this portion of land, it will be a blessing. Meri often got shortchanged in the family. She seemed to get the least love of all. Kody was madly in love with Robyn, and he still is. He had a buddy dynamic with Janelle, but there were sparks there too sometimes. He said that Janelle lusted after him, so maybe she was heartbroken when things fell apart. Now he's showing Meri that he cares. For decades, much too long in my view, she hung in there trying to make things right between them. When she finally gave up, it was good for her. She was free to find happiness elsewhere, and she's making so much progress. As the owner of Worthy Up, a collaborative space where people can build their self-esteem, Meri is empowering others and herself. Kody may realize that these are good women, not enemies. There's been a lot of mistrust in the family, but people change. Since they all share children, it's time for peace. Real peace, not just hollow words. When I see sister wives Kody Brown showing this kind of consideration for the wives who left him because he's so in love with Robyn, I feel like there's really hope for the Brown family. Maybe there's a heart beating inside of the cranky patriarch after all. He's showing a sweeter side, and it's so appealing. I'm proud of Kody for doing what I feel is right. 6.5K to Republican politicians. Kody's lavish donations tell a story about his beliefs. Janelle said she left her marriage with nothing, but Kody always acts rich. Kody's initial few years with Meri, Christine, and Janelle weren't particularly chaotic. However, things took a turn when he married his fourth wife, Robyn Brown, and became fixated on her. Kody began neglecting his other families, only prioritizing time with Robyn to ensure her happiness. Eventually, he even divorced his first wife, Meri, to legally marry Robyn. Between 2021 and 2023, Meri, Janelle, and Christine grew weary of Kody's actions. They decided to leave him with Robyn and move away from their former home to focus on their own lives and futures. In 2023, he gained notoriety for publicly backing Republican political candidates despite facing financial woes. Kody, who is reportedly embroiled in a legal battle with Meri and Janelle over the sale of the Coyote Pass property, financially supported Republican presidential candidates by donating nearly $6,500 to the political party that aligned with his beliefs. A Federal Election Commission report shows that Kody spent a total of $6,473.01 over 3 years to showcase his support. Other details reveal how Kody has supported his favorite party over the last 5 years. In 2020, he donated $500 in total to Trump and Trump's Make America Great Again committee. In 2022, he donated even more money to the U.S. Concealed Carry Association for saving lives. Later that same year, Kody gave $205 to WinRed, the American Republican Party's fundraising platform, followed by $520.51 to Vivek Ramaswamy's campaign in 2023. Kody spent a significant amount of money on his political beliefs, which raises the question of why he couldn't have used some of it to support his former wives. Kody is a Republican who shares many beliefs with his favorite political party. He strongly supports gun ownership and all aspects related to personal firearms. The patriarch of the Brown family has openly expressed his fondness for guns on multiple occasions and has actively discussed, handled, and advocated for gun ownership. Between July 2022 and September 2022, Kody made several donations to the U.S. Concealed Carry Association for saving lives. This organization is well known for promoting gun ownership in America by providing education, training, insurance, and other resources. Kody's past makes his love for guns even more evident. Previously, he had invested time in firearms sales, selling guns at trade shows, turning his passion for firearms into a business. As expected, many Sister Wives fans don't approve of Kody's affection for guns. They'd also feel that he made a mistake by investing so much in the gun-selling business instead of pursuing something that could have helped ensure financial stability for all his wives. There are some suggestions that Kody should have chosen a different career and source of income. It's easy to understand why some viewers may believe that Kody is intentionally showing off his wealth by making large donations to the Republican Party. Janelle had to start afresh, build new businesses, and established a new life in North Carolina, while Kody remained in Arizona and prospered with his accumulated wealth. A few months ago, Kody sold his Flagstaff home at nearly double the price he bought it for. He purchased the property for $890,000 and sold it for $1.7 million. He later bought a $2.1 million home for himself and his only wife, Robyn, showing that he didn't consider the feelings of his ex-wives. If Kody had invested the same amount of money in his other marriages as he did in Robyn, Meri, Janelle, and Christine might have had more positive things to say about him. Unfortunately, Kody could have been a much better husband to his first 3 wives. His behavior over the past decade in their polygamous relationship has left a negative impression on Janelle, Christine, and Meri. His lack of concern for them forced them to find alternative ways to support themselves. Janelle revealed that her ex-husband and other sister wives had contributed and withdrawn money from a shared pool. But Kody always benefited the most. Even after the TLC stars separated from Janelle, he didn't follow through on giving his ex-wives their fair share of Coyote Pass, a property they had bought together. Janelle experienced the most financial difficulties after ending her marriage with Kody. Sadly, the Sister Wives cast member suffered the most emotional pain after her divorce, with a great deal of stress and multiple tragedies.